Hello, my name is Alex Mateus, and welcome to my presentation about the unemployment and underemployment of individuals with autism spectrum disorder. So what exactly is autism? Well, autism or ASD is a spectrum, is a disorder that impacts a person's social skills, behaviors, and communications. It is classified as a spectrum due to how each individual experiences autism differently. The spectrum includes autism disorder, Asperger's syndrome, and pervasive developmental disorder. On top of that, 31% of individuals with ASD have ADHD, which is attention deficit disorder or an attention deficit hyperactive disorder. One third of ASD individuals are also nonverbal or mute. So the ASD population has begun to rise. In 2016, the CDC reported that 1 in 54 school-age children are diagnosed with autism. What are the problems? So what are the problems that plague autistic individuals? So ASD individuals are significantly more likely to be unemployed and underemployed than other disabilities. In 2009, it was reported that approximately 50% of individuals with ASD were currently unemployed, and the ASD unemployment rate was 30%. In 2012, the unemployment rate had got down to 32.1%. Even though the employment rate had gone down, that is a significant amount of individuals with ASD who are currently unemployed. Other disabilities have significantly lower unemployment rates. Developmental disabilities have a 23.1% unemployment rate. Cognitive disabilities had a 16.5% unemployment rate, and physical disabilities had a 7% unemployment rate. This makes autism spectrum disorder the highest disorder with the highest unemployment rate. ASD and bullying. ASD individuals are far more likely to experience bullying and discrimination than other disabilities. In fact, they are 2.7 times more likely to experience bullying or teasing from their peers or coworkers in the workforce than other people with ASD, without ASD. Stereotypes also play a large part as to why the unemployment and underemployment rate is so high. Since one-third of autistic individuals are nonverbal, employers may not hire autistic individuals for positions that require good communication skills. Negative media attention has made people feel like ASD is a tragedy and should be pitied. This means that employers may grant autistic individuals a job interview, but will not hire that specific individual because they granted the interview out of pity. Employers may also hire individuals for positions that they are not qualified to fill because they believe that ASD individuals are geniuses. This is because many media attention has portrayed autistic individuals as being hyper intelligent, and like example of this is the Good Doctor from the show Good Doctor. Accommodations are also needed for autistic individuals to be good at their jobs. However, in 2015, 70% of autistic individuals who had informed their employer about their disability did not receive. Only 39% of them received their accommodations. Individuals need their accommodations to perform their job successfully. So what are the causes to these problems? Well, one of the major causes of the stereotypes is the fact that most stereotypes came from folklore and fairy tales. These fairy tales, combined with the scientific theories, created stereotypes that viewed autistic children as being violent and emotionless. One fairy tale example is the changeling. These changelings were infants infants of fairies that replaced the infants of children, and these infants grew up to be not like any other children. This fear caused this explanation was most easiest explanation to accept at the time. Now people were beginning to fear the idea of their children being diagnosed with autism. This is a picture of a changeling. This is terrifying. Women have the most difficult time being born with autism than men do. Men are far more likely to be diagnosed with autism than women. This is because autism in women is less obvious than men and could lead to not being diagnosed at an early age. Only 1 woman for every 9 men are diagnosed with autism. Employers also don't take autism very seriously. Employers may not take their disability training seriously, which could lead to many problems with their employees. Employers may even neglect their responsibilities and give employees training that was insufficient. Some employees with ASD tried to argue for discrimination under the 1973 Rehabilitation Act, but were rejected because the courts viewed that interacting with others wasn't a major life activity. Some were even fired from their job positions that they worked so hard to achieve. People are afraid of revealing their disabilities. Many people with ASD don't reveal their disabilities to their coworkers and employers because they are afraid that they will not get the job they are applying for or will be bullied during their employment. This causes more problems than it actually solves. In fact, people who disclose their disabilities were 3 times more likely to be employed than the people who did not reveal their disabilities. ASD versus other disabilities. ASD receives less services than other disabilities. Most support that ASD individuals receive vanish when they reach adulthood. This is because many of the funds that autism research receives does not go to the support or lifespan issues research. 7% of the funding goes into researching support for autistic individuals. 1% goes into researching lifespan issues. The rest goes to finding cures for autism instead of going to research areas that actually try to help individuals who are already diagnosed with autism. So what are the employers' perspectives of autistic individuals? Reasons why employers don't hire ASD people include that they are unsafe in work environments, a hazard to other employees and customers, increase the organization's disability insurance rates, that some individuals with physical disabilities are better suited for the workforce and some will even embarrass the organization when interacting with public or co-workers, and that socially driven fear could be overcome through positive social education. There are also illegal reasons why employers don't hire autistic employees. Employers may fear that they would receive legal repercussions if the employee were to be laid off and that employee had autism, so they refuse to hire any individuals with autism. People with other disabilities also face this type of treatment as well. They believe that firing a person with disabilities would be too costly, so they refuse to hire any. Employers also feel like the tax incentives for hiring ASD people aren't worth the risks. However, these claims have been disproven time and time again. Many of the statements made by employers have been disproven. With the proper training and motivation, many autistic individuals can become exemplary employees. Since people with autism experience it differently, it is unfair to assume that if a single person with autism is unfit to perform a job position, then everyone with autism would be unfit for that position. So what are the solutions to these? Well, the most crucial solution to the problems and causes is training. Training both employers and autistic individuals is the most crucial solutions to improving the employment rates for autistic individuals. These training programs help autistic individuals improve their social skills. Example, one of these programs is Aspire. These programs create group-oriented activities that help train the social skills of young adults so they can adopt better social behaviors. Internships are also a great way to train autistic individuals in skills that are valuable for workplace environments. Some employers may even hire these interns when they finish their internships. Aspire also includes one of these internship programs. Employers also need autism awareness training. Employers need to be able to understand the workings of an autistic individual's mind before misunderstandings can take place. The trainings will also make it easier for employers to understand how autism actually works and so they will no longer rely on stereotypes to make decisions for them. Skills that many autistic individuals possess. When an employer receives autism awareness training, they will learn about the skills that many autistic individuals will excel at. Many skills include attention to detail, accuracy, memory for details which can be very good, and strong logic and analytic skills. These jobs are perfect for autistic individuals. Computer programming, computer animation, web design, bank teller. Thank you for your time, and here's a picture of a pangolin with a baby.